All right, so that's our mic, and we'll talk real clearly into that, and we should be good to go. So, and I'll just ask you typical questions. I think that looks good. Do you like our Musicians Anonymous show thing on there? It's kind of cute. Do you like the name? Musicians Anonymous.
Anonymous. I didn't even say that word.
Do you know what it means?
Musicians Anonymous, is it kind of like Alcoholic Anonymous?
Yes, it's a 12-step program. Whoop.
Yeah, a 12-step program.
It's a 12-step program.
What step am I in right now?
I have no idea. That's what I'm going to ask you. What step are you in? Have you gone through denial and anger?
Oh, I've been through every stage of life you can imagine.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get it started. Ready? All right, we'll look in the camera. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ha! Hey, this is Keith Mohr here again from Musicians Anonymous. Thank you so much for checking out the show. And I'm here with one of my favorite singers-songwriters of all time, Miss Clare Cunningham. Clare?
So good to
How are you
to
doing?
be here. Thank you.
We were just talking about how Clare, well, you can tell them what happened on the way here for the interview. What were you doing today and what happened on the way down?
Well, I'm biking now because I have plantar on my foot from all my running. And of course, I'm in the studio on Music Row, hop on the bike to be here, and give myself enough time to get changed and not look like this. And then my chain on my bike breaks. So yeah, and of course I'm coming in flustered.
Yeah, and it's what, like 98 degrees
here
and 98% humidity. It's not quite like it is back home.
Actually, they're having a heat wave in Ireland, but a heat wave in Ireland is like 75, 80.
Oh, God. Yeah, 75 or 80, we'd be like loving it here. Yeah. It's like a sauna.
Yeah, it is. It's really hot.
Is this your first summer here?
No. Oh. So I moved here last May 21st. So I had the summer.
You've experienced Nashville hell.
I love it, though.
Oh, do you love it?
But I've had 4 showers in the last 24 hours.
Well, you look wonderful as always.
Oh, you are too.
And I met you at Nashville Rising Song. And,
you did,
and let me tell a little bit of the story. You come out, and I'm like, who is this girl? I've never seen you before. And obviously, I mean, you know, you're not the typical. You have a look about you. You know, the sleeves and the whole thing. And I'm like, wow, this is not our typical singer-songwriter that comes to town. And then you got up to sing, and I'm like, holy, where is she from? You know, and of course I put it together. It was Ireland because you sang a very, very, very Irish type of song.
Yeah.
If I remember right, it was, what do they call that? What style was that again? Like Gaelic
or? Celtic, Gaelic. Yeah. I have a Gaelic song that I do that I've
written. And was that last summer?
So the first time I ever did that was in March, and I was only visiting, and I had just met 2 great friends of mine, Tim Thurman and Drew Taylor.
That's right.
And so we had written the song like the day before.
Yeah, well, I remember when you got up there and you sang your song, and everybody was like, holy crap, who is this girl?
And now I get to perform that very song at Montetulan Country Fest with Drew in August in Canada.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
I know. So it's kind of come around full circle. It's
so nice. You came out in March of last year. You came out, and we were all like, "Wow!" And then you went back.
Yeah.
And then you came back
here to live. Then.
Yeah. In May. So tell us about that process. How did you be able to come to the United States, and how does that work for a musician?
Yeah. So there's as a musician or any European or any non-American, even Canadians, you have to have a visa to get into America.
Gotcha.
And there's many forms of visas you can get. But I'm very fortunate, and I have kind of the top tiered one, which gives me 3 years here, and it's called the O1. Yeah. So it's the.
How did you get the top tier one?
So you've had to have, like, in order to have an O1 visa, which is the extraordinary ability, it's either for musicians, athletes, actors, actresses. You have to have a certain criteria.
Gotcha. Did you have to do a test?
Well, you have to put together a package for a lawyer to be able to put it through a union, and so I had to have sold so many records, had so much national acclaim.
In Ireland?
Just worldwide. It had to be, so, and then you have to have people in the industry, like, who are, like, of note, like, who are, what you want to say, famous, maybe attest to your abilities.
Yeah.
So my package, luckily, through my career out in Sweden, and stuff was really good. So it got me.
Well, I remember when the first time you came out, of course, I went back home and I did some looking around, like, who is this girl? And I'm like, whoa, she's like a big fish, man, back home. I mean, and then she comes here and she's like a minnow, right? And
That's what happens here, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
but you've done so much in Ireland. I mean, tell me some of the things that you've done over there. I mean, you were really a pretty big artist.
So, well, I grew up in Ireland and then I moved to the UK and I was living in Cardiff, Wales at the time, and I got a phone call from a girl in Sweden asking would I come out and play some festivals for her band, and I was like, this is so random.
Yeah.
And so she was quite persistent, and the next day she called me and I told her, like, look, to be honest, like, I'm really committed to everything I do here.
Yeah.
We were like what you call a function band.
Yeah.
So we were doing corporate events, weddings, that kind of
Making
thing.
money.
Yeah, like good money too.
Good money.
I mean, like, you know, that was my living. My music was my living, and so I was very committed to the things we had on. We got booked years in advance, and so I kind of said to her, look, I'm sorry, but I can't really commit right now. And so she said, well, look, go home, have a think about it. We'll fly you out here in 3 weeks. This is to Sweden. Yeah. Because we're opening up for Motorhead at Metaltown Festival. Wow. And I was like, wait, what?
Whoa.
What are those dates again?
Yeah,
So
I'll do that.
Yeah. So the long story, the short of it is, they flew me out and met the girls the day before, and we went out. We ended up on Swedish national TV that night, and months passed and we got signed by Warner and had our first album, and it all escalated from then. So it was amazing. Like, I got to do a lot of great things.
That's cool. So you played small places and you played those big places.
And I love both. People always said, how can you go from playing in front of like 25,000 people to like 5 people? And there's something intimate I like about a smaller crowd. You know, and I think once you're grounded and you stay humble about it all, that's kind of keeps you on your toes.
So you find your way to Nashville and you quickly get plugged in. You met a couple guys when you were here, but then you came back and kept coming back to the contest.
Which
was
right,
really cool. Yeah, and we miss you dearly because
I
know
know,
now you're kind of got something to do on our night. So
I literally, that's the thing, and I
we
do some performances around here, and so the timing wise hasn't really.
You always made our show better.
Well, I do plan. I will. I want to come back, and I will. I promise you.
Well,
I will.
We switch different nights, so it either works with your schedule or it doesn't.
Right, exactly.
So what's keeping you busy here in Nashville?
So I'm writing a ton. I'm doing a lot for some publishing companies here now. Yeah.
Wow, you quickly got plugged in.
Yeah, I've been working really hard. And just writing a lot more with kind of like people for sync for like movies, television, commercial, that kind of thing.
That's where you can make money.
Yeah, well, that's so my visa as well. So I write for a film production company. Okay. So it's kind of correlating here and there.
I got you.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Doing like performances as well. I do as many, well, kind of like write-arounds, but also like once you do a write-around, sometimes they'll have you back as a featured artist. So I do that a lot now. Yeah. And I'm just like, performing, writing, in the studio, doing demo work for people as well. So I do session work because I do a lot of different styles of music. So if they want to hire me, then, you know, they can do so, and I have to learn a lot of songs and stuff. But
that's okay, though. That's
great.
Cool.
It keeps me busy.
Yeah. So you're able to stay busy and make relationships and keep it going.
Exactly.
And one thing about you that I really love is that you're very extroverted. You know, you didn't come to Nashville and like hide out and like in a corner.
No.
It's not your personality.
No, that's true. I think Nashville is that kind of place, though. If you come here, you gotta grind. And I knew, like, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Like, some people have said to me, oh, why haven't you talked about your past? I'm like, no, because I want people to see me as me and work hard and grind. Because I believe when you come somewhere new, you should prove yourself, and I want to prove to people that I am really hardworking and that I want to. I don't want to write off any success I've had before. I don't believe in doing that. Like I believe you can open doors with that, but it's your initial. Like people should, you know, be appreciative of how hardworking you are here.
So which path do you want to go down? Are you still thinking you want to be an artist that goes out and and tours, or a writer, or you'll take whatever comes your way?
Oh, I literally will take everything coming my way, literally.
Literally.
But I am a performer and an artist at heart. Like I have to be in front of people. Like that's what fuels me. So my writing I can always do wherever I am.
Yeah.
And then but writing and then singing those songs is the best, right?
Absolutely.
That's the end goal, you know.
Yeah.
It's always to do that. And touching people, like I honestly, you know, making grown men cry.
I have almost cried at one of my rounds. Almost.
I mean, is like it's beautiful when people like tell me that I touch them in such a way that you know music is that to me is worth everything. Like it's not a job for me. It's my
it's what you
my
do.
everything.
Yeah, it's something that you can't not do.
I know nothing else.
You know nothing else.
So I literally know nothing else.
Yeah.
Like I love my fitness, my nutrition, and you know all that kind of stuff. But like if I didn't have music, I wouldn't have life.
Wow.
That's just it. Like
Amazing.
it's been everything.
Wow. So the game plan is just to continue doing what you're doing, keep making relationships. I know, I don't know if we could talk about this, but I know you were in some talks with, you know, certain things to maybe go the artist path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's other things coming up. I can't actually talk about them
you
yet.
gotta keep things hush hush here now.
I know. It's like under wraps, but if it goes my way, it's gonna be really awesome. I'll get to represent my country for something. So yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Does it have the word O in it?
Pardon?
Does it have the letter O in it?
Yes, it might. But there's other. I'm thinking it could be.
I'm trying to guess what it is now.
Well,
has it got rings in the logo?
Possibly. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
well,
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at sniffing stuff out.
I know. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Keith's the man for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we see. I'm going with the flow with a lot of that kind of stuff. But there's so much opportunity here, though. You know, and the people you meet are great. Like yourself. Like, and Keith is one of these people who just like you're so openly helpful with everybody, and especially when you're new to town.
Yeah, new to town.
I mean, like there's no better place than here to come.
Well, we hear that a lot, and we do get so many brand new people to town coming out to the contest, and that's one of the reasons why I do it. Because I feel like I'm kind of like a musical shepherd in a way, and that just trying to make sure that you come in and that you're encouraged.
Yeah.
You know?
You definitely do a good job of that. Like, and even the people you meet at Nashville Songwriting, it's like I've built relationships and write with people now still that I met through those. So I mean,
that's wonderful,
it's just that's what's so good about here.
I'm so excited that you're doing well, and I know that you've been able to go out and do some things around town because of those relationships. Yeah, I'm so fortunate. Like I wouldn't have it any other way, you know. I probably will split my time too if I do more, because I'm getting into more of the commercial pop stuff too, for sync, and so like LA will probably come into play at some point, but Nashville is just one of those places where I think if you have it as a base, it's the best base you can probably have. Yeah, that's great. So what advice do you have for somebody that might be watching from another country that sees what you're doing and go, I want to do what she did? What kind of advice can you give them before they come here?
Well, I do actually get people reaching out to me. I kind of did it myself with others when I was like looking into getting over. I would just say, like, be very prepared. Be prepared to like work hard. Make sure you have everything gathered that you need. Like if it's visa related, I always pass on my lawyer that I had, because he was amazing. He's based in New York and he specifically deals with that kind of visa. But if you're just looking to, I think a lot of people have this idea you're just going to move to Nashville and make it. It's not. Like people can fall into place and be lucky and stuff like that, and meet the right people. But if you are coming here, you need to be serious, and you need to work every minute of every day to get your name out there and to get respect off of the bigger dogs that are here. I think that's the main kind of objective, I think. And just not let anything get to your head. Like, it doesn't matter how many records you sell or who you are or what name or family you come from. Respect everybody in this town, because everybody has a story, and I think that's what I kind of like about it here, though. There aren't too many people who, usually those that are bigger tend to just keep kind of quiet, but they just, you know, you'll see them walking down the street, and you know, we're all humans, so
I mean, you can't go up to them and jump on them and say, "Can you write with me?" You know.
No, because if you do that, you're definitely
right. They might
setting
go,
yourself up for it. No. I think also with relationships here in Nashville, like people can set you up with things, but I think if it happens organically, it's much better.
Yeah.
So if somebody hears you or sees you, or you're being talked about, and then you get in a like that's, I think, better than just being shoved into a situation where. Right. You know, that person doesn't know you and, you know, doesn't have any idea where you're coming from, you know.
Yeah. Do you have any videos up online somebody can see you? Like, what's your favorite song video? Do you have one up there at this point?
I need to get, like, more of my, like, recent stuff hasn't been, like, I haven't released it or anything because I'm kind of waiting to see whether I should or not. Especially when it comes into the sync thing, I'm, like, trying to half save them, half kind of release, so there will be other stuff coming up. But my website, clarecunningham.music.com, CLARE, it has all my links. So depending on if you like YouTube, then YouTube, I've got quite a lot up there. But they're music video wise, I'm
a little bit older.
Gonna have to. Yeah, there's a lot of old. That's why I think I'm a little confusing for people because they see this and then they hear something else.
Yeah. Well, you're constantly evolving.
I am, and I don't believe, like, so I think people here have had a hard time trying to box me, and I won't be boxed.
Right. I got it.
So, I've met with labels, don't get me wrong, and they're like, trying to market you is a little bit hard. So, but I look at, like, Bowie, I look at Prince, I look at all the greats, and I think, well, they had eras, you know, and so I just don't believe in having to mold myself to fit in somewhere. I would rather be the outsider and take longer rather than
try to conform.
You know, because there's a lot of fish in the sea here.
Lots.
And I want to be the shark.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Well, good, man. Well,
if that makes sense.
It does. That's exciting. Well, gosh, man, you know. I think this might be a shorter show, but it's packed full of good stuff. And I know that you're extremely busy. And so
never too busy for you, Keith, though.
Thank you. Are you playing tonight somewhere or anything going on?
Yeah, I'll be down. I'm down towards like the actual, like, so we have what's called Broadway here in Nashville, so it's kind of close towards there.
Gotcha. So you're always doing something.
Oh God, I'm always like literally. But I always tell people as well, I have a busy schedule, but if you ever want to know where I am or what I'm doing, I don't usually update my website that much because it's just impossible. I literally wouldn't. So I always tell people, reach out to me on social. I'm always on there and I'll always reply and I'll let you know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So just reach out.
Man, well, thank you for your time. This was
you.
A wonderful interview. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
And it's so good to get a hold of you. And thank you again for coming down, breaking your writing session and getting on your bike and trying to figure out your chain and
it's all good.
All that stuff.
It's all part of.
Did you used to ride the scooters? They took all the scooters out of Nashville. Did you ever do that?
No, I didn't because there's so many horror stories. I'm so scared of them.
Well, that's because drunk people would get on those little electric scooters and go 45 miles an hour and wreck into cars and stuff.
It was more of a novelty rather than like somewhere out in LA they have actual like rules and like paths and stuff. Whereas here it's like, oh great, a scooter, let's get on it and break our legs. Yeah, I know. And plus I like to exercise, so you're not getting exercise when you're on one of them. I like to actually like
Right. Well, my gosh. Well, so if you want to check out Clare, it's Clare Cunningham Official? Or?
Yeah, so my handle is at Clare C Official, and there's no I in my name.
CLARE
C Official. Or my website is Clare Cunningham Music.com.
Awesome. And so you're on Instagram and Twitter,
Facebook. Everything and anything, you name it, I'm there. It's a full-time job.
Do you spend a lot of time trying to update the content?
Yeah.
Like, especially, what's your main go-to?
Actually, I was just talking about this to somebody the other day. I need to get more like on Periscope and different things where you're like live and you can actually really connect with people. So I'm looking into that now. Because we did a video the other day. You know Ali Seeley?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at hers and the amount of people tuning in and sharing. I was like, oh my God, I need to get on this.
They're actually interested in you.
Oh, but that's it. And people are so grateful to everybody who's followed me throughout my entire career so far, and those that are joining every day. It's
That's
amazing.
great. Yeah.
People are so great. Without people and without fans, you can't do what we do.
Right.
So
it's kind of like fishing for minnows.
Yeah.
I mean, the industry represented the whale.
Yeah.
Like you throw it out there, and you're like, you can see the water coming out the whale, but you can't really see the whale, and so you throw it out there, and you're trying to catch it. And meanwhile, there's all these minnows at your feet, and those are fans.
Yeah.
Just reach down and grab them, put them in your bucket,
Exactly.
and feed them,
Exactly.
and they grow.
Yeah.
And then you can eat them.
Precisely.
Right.
It's like if your garden ain't gonna grow unless you take care of it. You know
I
what
like
I mean?
that.
You gotta water. Like you're like a seed. You know.
Excellent.
So
Yeah, man.
you gotta make
Well,
it grow. So
Thank you
work
again.
hard.
We're gonna say bye for the second time.
I know.
I do this all the
It's
time
the
in
Irish
these shows,
way.
man.
It's like
You can tell these are not scripted.
it's like when I speak with my mom on the phone. It's like bye.
bye,
And
bye,
oh,
bye.
one more thing before you go.
One more
so.
thing. One more thing. Well, thank you.
Thank
and
you, Keith.
Thank you. And this brings us to the end of Musicians Anonymous show with Clare Cunningham. I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking it out. Make sure you share the show with your friends. We're on Facebook and we're on Instagram and all
the
those
things.
Twitters and YouTubes and blah blah. Also Vimeo. So just check it out, musiciansanonymousshow.com. Thank you again for watching today. And Claire, I wish you all the best in the world and may your wildest dreams come true.
Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome,
Likewise.
sweetie. All right. And we'll see you again soon, right here at Musician Anonymous. Bye. I'll cut it. That wasn't too painful.